Yokoso, my manga society. So today we're back with the second Omnibus for the Drifting Classroom. I don't know exactly how many volumes this has, but we read
Three. Yeah.
3 volumes. And I feel like this was just as crazy as the last, if not crazier.
That's what I was worried about after reading the first volume or the first omnibus, because I'm like, well, how much crazier can it get?
Yeah.
And it does get crazy.
It does get crazy. Like,
every single horror you could ever imagine is in this.
It's insane.
It left off last time with Sho and his friends. They went back out into the wilderness to try to kill the bug monster.
The bug monster. And they found out that, if you remember, there was one kid that was screaming because he was like starving. They found that he drew this exact monster in like 2nd grade, so like a few years back.
He manifested it.
He manifested it. So they're trying to figure out how to like kill the monster. So it's every time that he eats that the monster appears. That was interesting.
So it makes you wonder, like, was this whole scenario manifested somehow? Because we don't even know what this is.
Were they right? Because I think later they talk about, or at some point they talked about how this was all Sho's fault. What if
earthquake.
What if Sho like actually manifested this? Because he was like, I'm never going home.
I feel like he could have, for sure.
Yeah. At first I thought this was a different monster because I thought it was like gonna be a crab or something.
I didn't know it could burrow.
I didn't know that either.
That makes it like way scarier.
It's just hiding. So they're throwing their axes at it. They're trying their hardest to try to kill it. So eventually they're just kind of like, maybe we have to kill the kid. And so he's screaming. Sho's trying to like help him.
I love how detailed the creature looks.
It's so detailed in like every frame that it's in.
It ups the gross factor.
Yeah.
It's so disgusting.
Oh, so Sho, they're kind of like, we have to like scare this hunger thing out of him to try to like get rid of the monster. So Sho here doesn't actually stab him. He does like one of those, he turns the knife around, pretends to stab him so that he gets shocked. And that actually worked. Like the monster's just gone.
Yeah, it like scared him.
It scared him.
To stop manifesting.
Yeah. They go back to the school.
Because they find these students' corpses.
Yeah.
Completely, like just bare corpses. And they're wondering what happened.
What? I was like so confused, like what could have happened?
I know.
And so they see like, at first I don't know what this is. I thought this was some sort of like demon, I don't know, because it's like eating their skin or something.
I thought it was like a ghost
I thought it was a ghost or like some sort of acid or something. But it turns out these are actually like tiny bugs of like the giant monster that we just saw. They're the same exact thing, but tiny.
Yeah.
So they're thinking that the big one like laid eggs while it was at school.
Ew. And they're burrowing. They're like flesh eating.
They're flesh eating. They just leave the bones. So it's so gross.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. So they think it's this kid's fault again, the one who kept screaming that he was hungry. So now they're just kind of like, let's kill him. Again, like the same thing happening. And so they're running from the bugs. And eventually this kid actually does hit himself. He whacks himself in the head with his axe, which kills him. And the bugs actually do disappear. At first I was like I didn't think he was like manifesting the monsters anymore, but I guess he probably was.
Yeah,
that was sucks.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that issue is solved now. Fortunately. Unfortunately, he died, but
Yeah, so The only source of water they've had this whole time is the school swimming pool. And they find this kid who's drowning in the pool, but they kind of assume that he was trying to get a drink of water when he wasn't supposed to.
Yeah, because they like divided the water up, right? Into like how much we should drink a day and stuff.
Right. And you're like contaminating it.
Yeah.
Because you fell in.
You fell in now. It's like, do you even drink it?
Right. And then it's even worse because then he gets a fever. And so they're worried that he's gonna die.
At first they think he has like liver disease or something.
Oh, right.
Because there's this one kid who had a dad who was a doctor, so they're like, here, like, diagnose him, you
Yeah.
6th grader.
This boy.
Yeah.
And so they're trying to help him, but we later find out that it was not liver disease.
Yeah.
And then the boy who's sick, his condition keeps getting worse and worse, so he's like crawling to get help. I don't know how I could say this on YouTube.
What?
Okay.
That he shit himself?
He's and he soils himself, and then okay, this was pretty nice. Like the students are like, let's help him, and then like hide his shorts so like no one knows that he like soiled himself, you know.
That was nice.
That was nice.
Yeah, that was a good gesture.
But it kind of ends up biting them in the ass.
Oh.
And then they notice some other symptoms that are forming on this boy.
He's getting like black spots on him.
Yeah. And she was like, what are those black spots? And they're thinking it's the plague.
That's crazy.
And they're like, yeah, it's the Black Death. Like, it's the bubonic plague.
Dude, how the fuck did they get the bubonic plague? That's
crazy. So then that sucks for those students who helped out the sick kid because they probably caught it since they were dealing with his like waste product.
Right.
There's a chance that all those are infected with the bubonic plague.
I was like, no way.
That's
the plague.
Awful. You don't think they're gonna
when you don't think it could get any worse.
Literally. Sho and his group of friends, they know that they've been around the boy who was sick, so then they think they're gonna go off in quarantine so that if they get sick, like only this group will die and it'll save the rest of the people in the school.
Right.
But then the 3 boys who are helping out,
they haven't told anyone.
Yeah, they're like hiding it. They go off with their own group and then they see some smoke coming from the direction of the school.
Yeah.
And the whole school's on fire.
It's on fire. It's like, holy shit.
We learned that one of the students set the school on fire.
Because they're trying to get rid of like the plague, so. And then they start like stabbing people who like they think might have the plague. So I'm assuming they have like these long spears because they're like trying to keep their distance.
Oh, right.
But it's like, now you have to run from these like people too.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. So I think some of them do manage to get away, and then they find this mummy.
Yeah, they find this mummy.
At first I thought this was gonna be like some like overlord of this world or something.
I thought so too, actually. Yeah, they're trying to like board up the students in the school and set everyone on fire.
Yeah.
So then they are trying to go back to save the students.
And they found out who like the 3 boys that helped the first contaminants of the Black Plague.
These 3?
Yeah, they found them and they're just kind of like, well, we didn't want to like get caught and die. But it's like, if you know you have the plague, why are you gonna like knowingly spread it? Because you're gonna die anyways, so it's like.
Right.
That's just kind of weird.
Oh, because they didn't want to get murdered.
Right.
But yeah.
But you're gonna die anyways.
Right. So this is the guy who's like trying to be the leader now, trying to kill everyone. But he has the plague too.
He has the plague.
So then they have this like huge fight in the school trying to get these students out.
Yeah.
Dude, why does he look like a grizzled, like 50-year-old man?
No, literally, his face literally looks like that in like a 6th grade body.
This boy is like 11 years old.
Oh, and they're pushing the mummy because they're trying to scare like them away from the school.
Yeah.
Dude, I'd be freaked out for sure.
That'd be scary.
Dude. So
they stop the fire, right? Or they get most of the people out?
I think they get most of the people out, and then they scared like the violent kids away. So now they're just kind of like, I don't know, they're trying to figure out what to do now because everyone has the plague.
Sho has the plague.
Sho has
he
the
has
plague.
Black spots on him, so
Yeah.
he's calling out to his mom. And then, see, this was cool because in the last Omnibus, we were hoping it would go back to the present time.
To do something similar.
Shenanigans with Sho's mom.
So, Sho calls for his mom. This weird telepathy thing. She's like starting to go, well, she's not crazy, but she starts to look crazy again. She's like yelling at everyone. And then the little boy's mom,
the
toddler, she's like trying to blame this like Sho's mom for some reason. And then she's talking to Sho, or she hears him through like the TV. She looks a little insane.
This is like literally like JoJo's.
Dude, it's crazy. So Sho is able to tell her that everyone has the plague in the future. And Sho's mom kind of like goes around to each like of the pharmaceutical places and tries to get, what is it, like streptomycin or something?
To beat the plague.
To beat the plague. I think that's what they said the medicine was.
And then Sho tells her that he's by this mummy, so you need to find the person who got mummified and maybe you could like transport some supplies.
Yeah. Like, what are the odds you actually find the person that was like mummified?
I know.
So she's looking for a guy with like a scar on his right wrist, which she does find. I think, yeah, it's that guy. So she actually does find him, and she learns that he's like a baseball player. And
so this was my favorite panel. So her and Sho's friend, they go to see this guy play, and she jumps out onto the field like while he's like running because he just hit a home run.
She runs out into the field in front of him.
Like during the game.
Like, what are you gonna do in the field? Like, are you gonna like?
No, I know.
Like, what are you trying to do?
And then the crowd gets mad, so then everyone starts coming onto the field and like trying to like beat the shit out of her.
Dude.
This was crazy.
This was crazy. So everyone's
Wait,
going
what
wild.
were you gonna do at that point?
No, I know.
Like...
You're not gonna like kill him and then stick the medicine in him right then and there.
Oh my god. Look at
So
her.
she's kind of beat up. The field's like going crazy.
I just thought it was so crazy.
Yeah.
And they're like still playing the game.
Yeah, they get it under control and they're playing. And then he purposefully like puts his head out in front of the ball. I thought that he was gonna die here, but he doesn't actually die. He gets sent to the hospital, and Sho's mom goes there. Well, I think she tried to go and she got kicked out, and then she like hurt herself so that she can get into the same hospital. He's talking to the baseball player, and he actually wants to quit.
Oh,
That's the
right.
reason like he put his head out in the front of the ball.
Oh yeah, because he's like, I want to retire while I'm on top.
Yeah.
It's like, can you not just like retire? Then?
No, literally, just like say you're getting too old.
Don't get a concussion.
No, seriously. So there's a kidnapper in the parking lot. So the baseball player tries to like stop him, and then he actually gets stabbed. So he actually did die here.
Oh, he did, right?
Yeah. So Show's dad shows up, and she's like explaining the situation, and he actually leaves the briefcase with like tools to put the medicine in the man's body. So you can see that he's actually like kind of believing what she's saying. He's like kind of trying to help. So she goes to the morgue area, and she actually does get the medicine in the body. That's
I almost
crazy.
picked this scene. It was just so crazy.
It was crazy. So she was able to do it. She leaves, and then Sho was able to get the medicine out. So they're like saved.
Yay!
Yay! No more bubonic plague.
But there were obviously like a lot of casualties before she
Yeah.
was able to get the medicine in
Right.
there.
That sucked.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do? And then they find
Oh.
a squirrel on top of this school. And I think it explained it earlier, but in the present time, the bubonic plague was starting to spread through a couple of squirrels. So this squirrel was transported with the school.
Oh, really?
And then this squirrel that was in the present but got transported with them started spreading the plague. So that's where the plague started spreading in this future timeline as well.
Oh, okay. I didn't catch that.
Yeah. So they killed the squirrel with the plague. And yeah, all is well.
Like, wow, we had a giant bug monster, then little burrowing bug monsters, then the bubonic plague.
Bubonic
What
plague.
can happen from here?
Like, yeah, what can even happen? I guess we'll see.
The pool's dried up.
There was a crack in the pool, so all the pool's water drained.
So they're like really trying to figure out the food situation here.
Yeah, now it's like we need to start like planting stuff, plant seeds, try to like wait for it to grow.
So now it's the landslide incident.
The landslide incident. So they actually spread, they go into a few teams and start walking in different directions to try to find anything they can.
Like food-wise?
Food-wise, they start singing because they think it's gonna like make it rain. And it actually does start raining. But they figure out that it's raining because of the fire that they started. It helps with
I
I know there's some sort of science behind it. I don't know exactly how it works, but the fire helped make it rain.
I see. And that caused a huge landslide because everything is sand.
It caused a huge landslide and quicksand.
The quicksand situation, because their show and everyone is like out there.
They're out there, so they get caught in like quicksand
my
while it's
gosh.
raining. I think they step over Sho.
Oh, right.
He's like just helping. He's like, just do it. And then it's crazy. And then they
right.
create like a human rope to get him out.
So then the landslide is coming towards the school. And okay, this wasn't the best idea, but it made for a really cool panel. So the girls decide to like line up in front of the gate to try to stop some of the landslide coming.
Not the best idea.
No, it was not. But
Like, how much is that even gonna help?
I know, because it'll still come over the fence
Right.
too.
And then you'll like drown.
But I guess they're trying to do something.
Yeah.
And then, see, I thought they would be like fine. I mean, they'd get covered in dirt.
Yeah.
But then I saw this panel, I gasped.
Dude, I was like, no way.
It's like blowing their heads and arms off.
That's insane.
I know. This is crazy, but they're like still trying to hang on.
Like it's actually doing anything. I don't know.
Wow.
It's still getting through. It's not really doing much, I feel like.
No, not really. And then the rain finally stops, but then there are casualties.
Yeah, the rain stops. They see that the plants are actually starting to grow. And they create the system to create electricity. He's just kind of like, I don't understand this diagram, but I am good with machines, so let me like create this electricity thing with bikes. And so they do. They're like creating electricity. It's kind of just like a hamster wheel type thing.
And this is the first time they've had electricity since they got transported.
Because it's like always dark out, so
yeah.
For the most part. So this is where...
Now we're on to the mushroom incident.
Yeah, so this is where they start seeing mushrooms growing out of their plants. And they don't know like what these are.
They look iffy.
They look iffy. And later on they even look into like this like fungus book. And they don't see like they don't find these mushrooms. So these are just kind of like futuristic mushrooms. So they don't know if these are like good to eat. I mean, just by the looks of it, I don't know how you think these are even like good to eat.
So they're trying to like figure out who can be a guinea pig basically to eat this mushroom, see if they get sick or not.
And they're trying to like pin it on Sekia because he's just a baby right now. He doesn't have like the ability to say yes or no, so it's like...
Right.
Yeah. But he then falls down the stairs, hits his head, and becomes conscious again. I was like, oh no, now you've done it. Here comes the terror.
It was so funny like seeing this panel until this when he's an adult again.
Oh my gosh. So he's just like pretending to not be conscious, I guess.
And he pretended to eat it
He pretends to eat it. He doesn't actually eat it. I think he like slides it down his shirt, I think he said.
Yeah.
And literally like a second after, they're like, look, it's fine to eat. I'm like, okay, you have to wait a little bit.
Wait a little bit.
So they're just kind of like, let's feed him some more to speed up the process to see if there's anything like wrong with them.
And then this student kind of figures out that maybe Sekia was pretending to eat the mushroom. So he goes to find him, and then Sekia corners him, makes him eat it.
Yeah. So this kid will have an actual big part here soon. He gets the mushroom shoved in his face. Dude, it's such a menace.
I know.
So this is where Sekia admits he pretended to eat the mushroom, and then if he's like threatening the kid now. So I think Sekia's also trying to figure out if like the mushroom's poisonous.
He says he's fine.
He says he's fine, and I'm sure he thinks he's fine, but he's also like a troublemaker because he like plays along with Sekia. I'm like, what are you doing, dude?
Because Sekia was like, don't tell anyone I'm an adult again.
Right. And this kid's kind of like, yeah, this could be fun. Like, this is funny. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's just kind of like a class clown. So he starts eating them like a lot. Says it's good, tells everyone that they're like yummy. Look, he's shoving them like in his mouth. He just loves these mushrooms. And he's like trying to get everyone else to eat them as well.
And he's like uprooting the other plants that they had harvested.
Dude, you can still grow the other plants.
I know.
So Show's just kind of like, these aren't like good to eat, guys.
They start like praying to this statue that Show had made
of his mom.
It looks nice. It reminds me of like Vinland Saga. You know?
Does. That's kind of crazy for a 6th grader to make. That's like
that's
Greek,
really talented.
Greek level statue. That's crazy. Now comes like, okay, so this starts getting a little weird too, because they find the statue like outside in the dirt. And it was replaced with like this monster looking statue.
It's so weird.
It's weird. Like, what is that thing? And where'd they even like find it?
Wait, I know, did they like make
Did
that?
they make that like there? So
They're crafty.
They're crafty.
So they're like trying to figure out who did that.
Yeah.
Dude.
Okay.
Ew.
Someone's foot starts transforming into like this monster. We have no idea who yet. So do their hands. And it starts attacking like other kids.
This was scary.
This was scary. And then you look at, it shows like them and they start, it's that one kid. I don't remember his name.
I don't remember his name either.
Like
but
that
this
kid.
Yeah.
And he's getting all
So many
scaly.
mushrooms.
I know.
I know.
He's turning into like a reptile or something. That's gross.
I know.
So-
They're like strong too.
Yeah. They're like lizard monsters or something.
And then she's scared because her skin's getting scaly too.
Yeah, she started eating. I don't think it showed it on any pages, but she was eating mushrooms too.
Oh no.
Yeah. And then I think like this whole like mob of, okay, so at first I was like so creeped out by this.
I know, me too.
I was like, what the? Is this like what they're turning into?
But these were masks.
These turned out to be masks. They reveal it in a second, but
I know. I was like, what are there aliens now?
yeah.
Cause what were they even trying to do?
They're just trying to like worship this thing.
Oh,
They're
I
like,
see.
this is our god.
This thing?
Yeah.
It's so weird.
It's weird. So here's where we figure out that these are actually masks.
And then,
And then she goes crazy.
Yeah, she's starting to transform. She's like really like acrobatic in this form.
Dude. She's like a cat monster thing or something.
I know.
It's like, what?
She's like flying through the air.
I feel like I've seen like some of these panels before, but I never knew like what they were from.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
This looks like a ghost story.
it does.
I wonder if this author was just like, I want to try to put every single like scary thing in this manga.
Yeah, no, literally. She like bites a spear like in half.
How are they gonna beat these?
No, it's,
And her friend like snaps her out of it for a second.
yeah. She said like she ate the mushrooms to see if they were safe for her friend to eat. She starts like getting afraid that there's like a monster coming after them. So that's why she's like kind of doing some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is she talking about?
It's like, what are you talking about? So there's like some noises outside. And we do see like this eye, this like, I don't, is that an eye or is that like part of the monster?
I think that's kind of like the eye from
eye.
the statue.
Oh, I see.
I think it's an eye.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, what is that?
What is that?
It's so scary.
Dude, that's scary. So they start seeing this monster thing and she's like, it's coming. Dude, what?
What? It
is
has so
that?
many arms and legs.
So I actually think this is that boy that first started eating the mushrooms. He like transformed into it because he ate so many mushrooms.
I think so too. And I think like somehow, well, because she like goes out there
Yeah.
and it made it seem like he's like consuming her. So do
Absorbing
they
her or
become
something.
like one entity?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, this is my favorite scene because I was just like, this is so absurd. She like goes back into like cat form and like pounces outside.
And gets eaten.
Eaten. So that happened, and they're just kind of like, well, we're safe for now, right? And then Sakia shows up again. I like forgot about this.
This was crazy.
He has like this arrow gun thing.
And he shoots his mom's statue for
like,
no
what?
reason. The arrows are dipped in poison, he says.
There's no way that's true. They're like, you guys don't even know that. Like, we just like go after him.
Dude, he just does things because he's mad, I feel like. Like, you did not have to waste your arrow on that.
No, you didn't.
Well, he's just like trying to turn everyone against Sho.
Yeah. You could like definitely go after him. Like this thing probably takes like a few seconds to reload. Just like after a shot, just like go after him.
Right. And then this little boy says that Sho must have like created this whole world because he saw him go into the school and like plant a dynamite or something?
Something like that.
Like the day before, he saw him crawl into the school. So then it makes me wonder, like, is this the future or is this like the afterlife almost? Or is this like hell?
But then how is the mom like sending stuff?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's interesting though because like
something happened that night.
Something. Because he's like a pretty good leader so far and he has like really good morals, but he seemed like kind of troubled in the very first volume.
Yeah. He's kind of mad about that toy thing and stuff. So I don't know if like something like that.
So now like everyone's turning against him and then Sakia makes Sho and his group of friends go down into this. They were trying to dig for water in this hole out there. And he's like, well, you can't come back until I see water. So they're basically like left there to die.
He takes the ladder. That's like, wow.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
And then he's like, we're gonna train for war now. And he like slaps this kid.
Dude, war for
that?
what? It's like, what are you saying?
Wait.
Yeah, I remember that. That's crazy. And he's like, there's no way we're in the future. Who told you that? Start slapping kids. And now the kids in the tunnel start like blaming Sho as well. We shouldn't have fed you.
Oh.
So now they think it's maybe his fault as well.
So then they keep digging and then they find this stairwell.
Yeah, they find stairs. And it leads to like this giant room.
And then it leaves on this cliffhanger because like what could be in this room? What is that, like a couch?
Yeah. Like what did they find?
I know.
Just like someone's house or, I don't know.
Hopefully they find something that can get them home or like food or something.
Yeah.
So what are your predictions for this last volume? Because it's finished in three volumes.
I don't think they're gonna make it back home. That's for sure.
None of them?
No. Well, no.
I think maybe Sho's mom will maybe do one other thing and help some of them get home, but there'll definitely be like a full-on war type situation between like the Sakia camp and then the group of kids that Sho is with.
I see.
But I think they'll either find something that'll help or his mom will help.
I think they're gonna create like a new society in this future.
Oh, you think they'll stay there?
Yeah.
And
I don't think they're
won't
gonna
come
make it back.
Oh, I see. Like so they're gonna like be able to plant food and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know.
Like, do you
I'm
think
trying
they'll
to think
have
of
to
something
kill
different.
Sakia
Yeah,
first?
for sure.
What about the monster, the lizard,
Oh,
the
the
eye
monster.
monster? Do you think they can take him?
I think they'll kill it somehow.
Who was manifesting the eye monster?
Right.
So yeah, like I said, it just keeps upping the stakes. I feel like this author just does like whatever he wants to do and it's cool.
It's cool. It's crazy. I like it a lot.
Me too.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for the next one where we will be reading the conclusion of this series.
Yeah. And if you're enjoying this, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe. If you've read this, let us know what your thoughts on it are. And yeah, thanks for watching. And as always, this world is cruel, but at least we have manga.